Okay. So I usually start these typing sessions by asking how many of my typing sessions have you seen before?
I've seen a couple.
Okay. And how long have you known about typology?
Um, well, I knew about MBTI for a while, but then it took me a little bit to get actually into like typology or
The
yeah, like
cognitive
the
function?
yeah, the cognitive functions. Um, but now I think it's been like 2 years ish, maybe.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Did you find it casually on your own or were you introduced to it in some kind of a class?
Oh, not a class. I've always liked like just doing personality, like just
Test and
for
stuff?
fun. Yeah, just
Oh,
for fun in like middle school and high school. And then I was like looking into MBTI, but during that time another friend was like really into it, but in like, you know, the cognitive functions and stuff. And she was like, "You should look into this thing." And then from there on it was like uh, a rabbit hole.
okay, cool. So, can you tell me some about, well, what time is it where you are?
Two.
2 in the afternoon?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so can you tell me your days in a sequence of insignificant events from when you got up until now?
Oh, today. Um, in okay, in sequence. Um, I woke up. I woke up multiple times this morning because I think I took melatonin last night, so it does that to me. I think, but the official time I like actually got out of bed was like 12 something, and then so it's
Oh, so
not
you haven't
been a
been up
long
for
time.
very long.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I want can can you do yesterday instead then?
oh yeah, sure. Yesterday too, I woke up around 12 because I slept
Okay.
at like 4 a.m. But I went out with someone and at like 2ish, and oh, what did we do? We we ate some ramen at some nearby place. It was kind of crowded, so the first place we went to there was like a line, so we gave up and we went to another one. Um, and then after that, there was like um sometimes during the weekends, there's like a station. Do you know Taiyaki? It's like the
Kayaking.
fish bun thing with like, but it's not real fish, but it's like a waffle type fish bun thing, and there's like red bean stuff in it.
Oh yeah, those I hate those red bean
You
fish.
hate them? I don't like red bean very much, but I'll like tolerate it. It's in the there's also like chocolate and like vanilla stuff in it, so you can choose. So there's like a station during the weekends that opens up outside of this market thing, the like a normal grocery store. So we went there, got some of that, and then yeah, what um what did I do? Well, the day started kind of late, so then after that, oh, I was watching a show after I got home.
What show was it?
Oh, it's like some Korean dating show called Singles Inferno. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I don't
I
usually
have
watch
heard.
like you have. Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
kind of
watched it,
it
but
blew
I
up.
have heard of it.
Yeah, I don't usually like watching like dating shows, but um, I I kept hearing about this show and I was like, whatever. And my friends were like, it's so good. And I was like, whatever. And then somehow I ended up watching it, and it got me hooked more than I thought it would. So yeah,
Okay, well, maybe I'll recommend that my wife and I check it out because we don't
it's
normally watch it.
interesting.
We don't normally watch this kind of stuff either, but
Yeah.
we have before. So it's a particularly good one, you know.
Hmm. It's more like
Okay,
interesting because you can see like their. I like watching how they communicate like stuff. Like how they,
Do you watch a lot of Korean stuff on Netflix?
I've been starting to. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
Korean, but I
Are you
actually
on?
didn't watch a lot of Korean stuff. But I started to like after quarantine.
Yeah, I kind of went on a Korean show binge for a while. The
Mm.
problem with those Korean shows is sometimes they have these super sad parts that I don't want to see.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's also why, because I don't like watching like super sad or like super sad is okay, but like super like drama, like when the genre says drama, it's something I probably wouldn't like. Like if it's like people fighting and like screaming at each other or like misunderstandings and stuff like that, that kind of stresses me out.
I don't like watching the bullying things, which seem
Oh,
fairly common.
the Glory.
I don't know if I watched that one. I think
Yeah, I didn't watch that one either. It's a
I
bit.
think it looked too painful for me to watch. That's the one where they get revenge on all the bullies or something like
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. That's the Glory. It's kind of sad because it's like supposed to be like realistic, apparently, like real life
Based on a
event
true
type stuff.
story, yeah.
Yeah, it makes me glad I moved to the US before that started. Um, or like I got to the age where I
How
could
old were you
possibly
when you moved to the US?
like 5 or 6.
So can you tell me what you remember about that time way back when?
Okay. Well, I remember kindergarten. And then I remember I told like because like I don't know, like I heard my parents talking about how we could move, so I kind of mentioned it to like my classmates and like the teacher. And then the next day, my mom was like, "Oh yeah, don't mention it to your classmates, by the way, because I don't want like if it doesn't work out, I don't want it to be like some news. I don't know, not news, but like to go around."
Right.
But when I moved, I'm in the East Coast now, but we moved to California, like where you are. Um,
Yosemite, Mariposa.
huh?
I live at like Yosemite.
No,
You, are you
no, no,
Los
no.
Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to live in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, we moved there because um basically all our relatives are there for some reason. Apparently that's a hot spot for Koreans. Um and then yeah, that was the first time I got on a plane. So that was pretty exciting. I obviously all the kids want to sit in the window seat to like see all the, stuff get
Mhm.
smaller and like look at the clouds and stuff. Um when I first moved here or to there, I guess all I remember is like I was already quiet in kindergarten in Korea, but in the US it was like I couldn't even like communicate either because I wasn't fluent in English. So yeah.
You probably picked it up pretty fast. You were little enough.
Yeah, I did. It was probably harder for my sister because she was like 10 when she moved.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, do you are you currently like in college or something?
Yeah. Um, I took like a semester break because I like transferred. Um, and I'm about to start my new school next week.
Yeah, on the East Coast. Huh? Well, um, you're probably getting a lot of weather right now. I hear they're getting a lot.
Oh yeah, it started snowing just now. No, we haven't been getting weather at all,
Oh,
and it was kind of disappointing because I like snow.
yeah,
But today I'm like happy, like
that's
because
good.
I looked out and it was snowing.
Okay, so what are you studying in school?
Mm. Right now I'm doing psychology.
Okay, that's what my daughter got her degree in.
Oh really? Hmm.
Yeah.
Did she like it?
Well, I mean, she's not doing anything right now except sitting around.
Mm.
But
I feel like that's gonna be me in a couple of years. I hope
well,
not.
you know, just whatever circumstances over there. So, okay. So, did you know leaving high school that's what you wanted to study?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
I wanted to do like, I wish college was like you can try everything and then decide like how am I supposed to know what I want to do? I mean, unless I've been like growing up and like was like this is my passion. Like I didn't
Right.
have
Right.
that. So
And you apparently didn't have one of those horrible parents who knows for you what you want to do.
yeah.
Um, okay. Can you describe for me your sleeping habits? How many hours of sleep do you think you need a night? How many do you get? And do you get it all in one chunk or do you break it up into multiple sleeps throughout the day?
Mm. Well, technically I should be getting like 8 hours. Um but it really depends every night, I think. Cause I yeah, I'm like known to sleep kind of late. And during school nights, I try to sleep earlier so that I'm not like, dying the next day. But sometimes like I'll go to school and like 3 hours of sleep. And
Do you
somehow
think
I get through the day. Yeah.
is it easier for you to stay asleep or go to sleep?
Stay asleep. It takes me a while to go to sleep.
Do you listen to media while you're going to sleep or have other kinds of maybe white noise or
Yeah,
something in the background?
I don't think I help myself go to sleep. But I don't know why, but I just don't like sitting lying there with nothing. Maybe I'm addicted to my phone. But
So do you have like YouTube playing while you're lying there?
yeah.
Do you play any games on your phone?
No, I stopped. I did that in middle school and high school.
And do you listen to like YouTube videos about personality type kind of stuff, or do you listen to like some breezy, like new agey music that's supposed to help you go to sleep, or what?
I've done both, but right now I'm not doing either. The reason I used to this is not really related, but I was really when I got into like typology, I go through phases where I'm like super obsessed that I'm like reading about it like like all the time. But then um I think like when I went into this session with you, I wanted to be at a state where I wasn't obsessing over it that much because I feel like if I'm thinking about it too much, it might affect how I am too. But as for your question, I um yeah, I have done one of those like what is it like frequency sound listening stuff.
Uh-huh.
I've done that. Um, yeah, sometimes I listen to like typology stuff. Sometimes I'm just on TikTok and it doesn't really help me because I always get at night, especially I guess some kind of like apocalypse like is coming type videos or like aliens are ascending um
Uh-huh.
stuff. So
Well, I like to watch those kind of paranormal things too.
yeah, it's like it's fun, but it's like it definitely doesn't make me tired.
Right, sure. Okay, so then let me let me think about where I want to go here. Uh, you say that if you do get too few hours of sleep, that you can make it through the day. Okay. When you wake up, can you tell physically whether you need more sleep or not? And if so, what does that feel like?
Um, I think so. I mean, usually it's just like I don't want to get up, so I just go back to sleep. Like I like it's hard to my brain feels foggy, like my consciousness isn't up yet maybe, or like my eyes are like heavy or
Okay.
something.
All right. Um, so let me see where. Oh, right. I wanted to ask this. I knew there was something that I wanted to ask. Uh, do you feel like when you do watch stuff about typology that you learn more about yourself or others?
Oh, I I think myself. I have a friend who's into it and typology, and we were talking about it, and she was like, it helps me understand other people. That's true too. And I want to focus more on that, but I think I always kind of end up like comparing it to myself.
Sure. Do you have other sources of external self knowledge, like either astrology, numerology, or other externalities of ways of knowing yourself?
Mm. Um. Well, I think for that, I've like read into just like surface level for that, and I've thought about getting into it, but didn't really get into astrology that much. I did read into like anagrams. But I do like before. I don't think, even though I used like those personality tests, and I liked like those type of things where like it labels you, but at the same time, I never really like. It's like I asked for a label, but then I don't fully like getting into it. I don't know
Okay.
if that makes sense. But I think I more focus on like I am like reflective more. Like I like journal or like
Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell you about something that happened this morning, and I want you to interpret it in terms of what it means as an omen. Okay. So this morning I went outside to take out the last trash can to the street because I'm not sure if they come on Martin Luther King Day or not to pick up the trash, but Monday's our normal trash day, you know.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, I walked outside and there were two big June bugs flying around the light on the walkway out here, even
Two
though it was
two what?
two big June bugs. They're these big flying beetles, right?
Oh yeah.
And there were no other bugs around. It was 26 degrees outside. There's snow on the ground, and it's January.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think that omen means?
That there's two giant June bugs.
Those are the facts. There were two giant June bugs.
Oh,
I'm asking for you to interpret it as an omen.
I think I probably would think of, if I were you, I would wonder what it meant, because I had like not similar, but there was a time where I kept every time I walked, like I kept seeing like dead birds that same day for some reason. And there was like a time with dead deer too. And I did think about it a lot. I started wondering about like whether like, my everyone in my family was doing okay. I was like, I wonder, or sometimes like death means like new beginnings too. So I was like, maybe like something new is coming. I don't know. So if I saw like the two June bugs, I would, in a situation that didn't make sense, um, I would probably on the surface level try to like brush it off as some type of anomaly, some type of like, you know, some scientific thing that I don't understand. But I think secretly in a corner of my mind, I would be kind of making like some type of story of like, um, oh, something could be coming.
All right. Well, Yeah, the other factor is one of them flew away and one of them was walking away on the ground.
One of them flew away and one of them was walking.
Mhm.
Does that is this trying to represent some like real life situation where like maybe you're the person that's like someone left you, and well that's kind of sad. Like like someone left someone and that one person is like following a path alone, and like that other person left that path and it wasn't the path that they were meant to follow.
I would agree that that would be a natural interpretation of that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe there's some other unique way to interpret it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't apply to me. That interpretation, but
That's good. It didn't apply to you.
yeah, that doesn't apply to me. But I think it's a natural interpretation, and that's why I asked the questions. I wanted to see if you go with the
Natural way or like a unique
yeah, and
way.
also the way that you were hesitant about delivering the natural truth was informative, revelatory about your attentional manners. All right, let me ask you some straight up kind of skills questions here. Can you break down the task of doing the laundry into exactly 5 steps?
Right. So I get the laundry basket of like the dirty clothes. I go to the laundry room and I open the laundry whatever thing machine and put in the clothes, and I close the door and push the button to start it.
Okay. That's 6 steps.
And the last one was together.
Oh, that counts as 1 step. Okay. Okay. You push the button and close it. All right, fine. How about this? Can you help me solve the problem of plastics in the oceans?
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's some like I had to like do a similar thing but for the space, and what's it called, like maybe there's like some huge like net that you can find that kind of can single out like the plastic in the ocean, and you can
Plastic
yeah,
filtering net, huh?
yeah, maybe like I don't know if you can make some technology like that, but one that kind of separates them. And you can, because you can get those excess plastic first, and then if they're yeah, I feel like that's a good first step to take to get like everything that's just like floating around.
Yeah, it seems like a
Then
good first step to take.
and then from there, maybe it can be like more individual, like a special focus on like where there's more concentration of like fish or like some other organisms near like the surface, maybe where it's more like, because that's probably where there could be the most hurt, I guess. So there could be more individual focus on like kind of pulling out the plastic from there after getting all the like big chunks.
What do you think about waiting for plastic eating fish to evolve?
Oh, waiting for them to evolve.
Yeah, waiting for plastic eating
Oh,
fish to evolve.
I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure that can. I'm sure that's one solution, but there's also a chance that before that even happens, like a lot of the more important fish that like kind of helps the ecosystem go around. They could just go extinct before that even happens. But I'm sure I think it's more of like a right now situation where like sure, like maybe it'll work out, like maybe like the earth will whatever, like establish itself with like new organisms that can like help that can survive in like the new environment that like is changing into, and like all that. But it's like in this situation now, it's like, but there's still like the organisms that we can save, and like the species that we can save, and like if right now, like we don't know about the future ecosystem, but right now it could be like important to getting it still going as it is.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you some TI questions now. If only fish eat plastics and I eat plastics, am I necessarily a fish?
Yeah.
If no penguins fly and I don't fly, am I necessarily a penguin?
No.
If some monkeys throw bananas and all banana throwers like cheese, is it necessarily the case that some monkeys like cheese?
Yeah, some monkeys. Some monkeys.
Okay. Can you tell me who my mother's husband's only son-in-law is in relationship to me?
Wait. Grandpa. Wait. Mom's
Husband's only son-in-law.
Your brother-in-law?
My
Wait,
dad.
your dad? Oh, okay. I'm bad at like relative stuff.
Okay. If there are 14 shekels in a ragu, and there are 2 ragus in a pickle barrel, how many shekels are there in a pickle barrel?
28.
Yes. Okay, good. So let me ask you about your feelings, your emotional feelings. What emotional feelings are you having right now?
Well, I was excited. I am. This is fun. I'm I guess a little nervous. Well, I was nervous when we were doing the TI questions. I was like trying to. It's like I'm getting tested, So I was focusing.
Yeah, those questions are very much like test questions in school,
Yeah, no, when I get asked like verbal questions, I kind of like tense up. I'm like, oh.
Okay. Can you describe to me what the physical sensation of the emotion of sadness is?
Physical sensation. Like maybe there's like your heart is like clenching, or like maybe it's like kind of hard to like breathe. Maybe, well, if you're crying, yeah. And then like it's hard to smile because it's like your face structure can't operate the way you want it to, so it's like your face goes kind of numb, and like
My face can't handle the sadness.
Sadness.
My face can't handle the sadness.
Yeah. It's like it's too. Yeah, I mean, unless you're really good at like, you know, manipulating your facial structure to look what it. But
Unless you're good at faking it.
yeah, if you're good at faking it, then I guess you're fine. But I feel like usually, like if I'm really sad or like really angry or something, I can't like really force a smile. It looks really like.
I see. Can you tell when other people are sad or happy or forcing a smile in that?
I think so. Sometimes, like, well, sometimes I'm told that I don't notice the general mood or
You
like if
don't
there's
read.
tension. Yeah,
Okay,
but
reading the room.
like sometimes like I notice like for like individual people like I can, especially if I just have like seen them for a while, like I can be like, I don't exactly know what you're feeling, but you look like something looks different here. Like, are you okay?
I see. Do you think your own feelings tell you more about what's important to you or about where your boundaries are?
Um, well, I can think of situations where of either, but I think there are more times when it was like something important to me. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Uh, what do you think is important to you?
Hmm. Hmm. It's like hard to describe it, but well, one thing is like I don't like it when people kind of are inconsiderate, but in a way where it's like they're talking behind someone's back, or like, or if like there's a situation and they're not in the situation, so they don't know the full situation, but they're like seriously like so one-sidedly looking at the situation. Um, I think that bothers me. Like it's kind of frustrating.
Or would you say like it bothers you because they're being judgmental, they're being fake, they're being hypocritical?
I
Which of
think
those adjectives is most bothersome to you?
I think I've even since like elementary school, I've always had my biggest pet peeve was like hypocrisy. Right now I can't say that as like confidently because like we're all hypocrites. But
For some people more than others, though.
that's true. But yeah, it does bother me.
So do you remember and feel cringiness at instances of your own hypocrisy, or
Of my own.
yeah,
Yeah, even I mean, um, well, right now I can't name specific stuff, but I do remember like sometimes it's like even if it's like small stuff, if it's like I realize that um because sometimes even though I want to or I try to be as like honest as I can to people about how I feel about things or what I think about things, sometimes I might want to like um not get into a fight, or like I still am still kind of cautious about how other people see me, so that I might kind of like back away a bit or like not as fully express how I feel in that situation, and then I like kind of like be myself over it like a little after that.
okay. If you were to manage perceptions exactly as you'd like to, how would people perceive you?
Mhm. I think some of the stuff they see, I don't mind. For example, like I hear that I'm chill, so I don't mind that. I wish they would also see me as like someone more like capable, I guess, and um confident, like someone who can just do their thing. And because I think a lot of the times I'm actually very like a quiet person. I have more energy today, but I think I'm people usually see me as like a really quiet, like shy person, but I wish people would see me as more like confident and like um yeah.
Okay. Uh, do you think that other people do a good job of managing your perceptions of them?
Um I mean, I think so because I mean sometimes I see like disparities between like how they act and what they say they are. And then I'm like, that's interesting. But usually I'm someone that like thinks that like you know yourself best. So if I mean if someone tells me they're like this, then I don't really question it unless I see something different.
Okay. Um, so do you think then that makes you bad at seeing through posturing? Or would you say that you think you could see through posturing well?
I think I am kind of bad at seeing through posturing. But
Okay.
I'm not like I don't I think the problem is I'm not like interested enough to like really do anything about it.
Okay. Um, you identify more with the label risk averse or the label fear of missing out?
Oh. Hmm. I think I used to be a risk averse person. Um I think overall I still am. Although I don't know. It depends on the situations. If like it looks interesting enough, then I'll do it.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the name of a new invention, and I want you to. I'm going to tell you about a new invention. I want you to come up with some names for it. Okay.
Hmm.
So it's it's an ashtray that has a lighter built into it and has and dispenses cigarettes to you.
Mm, the 3-in-1 ashtray.
That's good. I like it. Any more?
Um, the uh, the auto tray.
Good. More?
um, the this. Oh, that's the same thing. I was gonna say self something, but
Not the
um,
same thing. That's
yeah.
different. The self smoker.
Mhm.
It dispenses the cigarette, lights a cigarette, and smokes it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Uh, can you tell me about your relationship with any sports or physical exercise kind of things?
Mm. Mm, technically, I didn't do like a lot of like team sports, but I don't dislike it. I did gymnastics for a couple like some years when I was younger. And then I did basketball for like a semester, but then I had to do marching band, so I was doing that instead. Um,
What instrument do you play?
what instrument? Oh, well, I play violin and I sing, but in the marching band, I was a color guard.
You were a what?
A color guard. It's like those people that like
Oh,
throw
the
those
flag thing.
flags
Oh
and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Okay. You play violin, huh? How long have you
Yeah.
played violin for?
I play since like third or fourth grade. So how long is that? 1, 2, 3, 9 years. But I haven't played since like I graduated high school. Not seriously, at least. I also play piano. I started that in uh, like earlier.
Um, do you still play piano?
If I want to, sometimes I don't play it like consistently. I think I'm kind of bad at doing stuff consistently. So when I had like lessons, it kind of forced me to practice. Um, but now I look at my piano and I think about practicing.
Okay. So when you say practice, do you mean you like learn you play songs from sheet music?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you ever write your own songs?
Mm. I think in elementary school I tried doing that. Um, but oh yeah, and I think I tried. I played around and like, but on the computer, not like on the actual piano. I just played around with some stuff. That was fun. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
do that anymore.
I don't. I'm really bad at my hobbies. I mean, not like I do it, and then I like start stuff and then I kind of forget about it.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
also like starting to learn guitar now too.
okay. You're kind of a tricky one for me to type.
Mm.
Uh, let's see here. So, can you tell me about your eating habits?
Oh, well, if I'm at home, I eat pretty well because my mom gives me food. But when I was at college, it was kind of not that great. Um, Sometimes I just like forget to eat till like the evening
Okay.
or yeah.
Um, do you get hangry?
I thought I didn't. I realized recently that I did.
Okay. Um, let me see. So, let's say something breaks around your house. I don't know what you have that like break,
Hmm.
but like a doorknob, a windowsill, some window lock or something like that. Are you gonna try to fix it yourself? You're gonna Google how to fix it? You're gonna tell mom or dad or what?
Um, I have like sometimes our computer, my mom's computer, like the button wouldn't like click or something. So if they ask me, I'll like open it up and I'll like figure it out and I fix it. But sometimes if I see it myself, if I want to, then I'll fix it. But if it's like it doesn't seem necessary, then I might just leave it. I'll
Okay.
notice it and I'll just leave it.
So your strategy to fixing that is to open it up and figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I don't get it, then I'll like look it up.
Okay. What what value do you think is more important to uphold? Fairness or effectiveness?
I think fairness.
What about fairness or kindness?
I think fairness.
Okay. What about reliability or creativity?
They're both important. But wait. Maybe reliability?
Okay.
But I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's like they're a lot of the time for like fairness and kindness, it's like being fair could be the kind thing to do. Like that could be the real kindness. Like I don't know, like being accounting for everything and but for creativity and reliability, it's like they're both needed. Like you need the reliability in the background to make sure that like what is it that keeps going, but you need the creativity on the top to make sure that you can like what's it called? Go up from there. You can't just be static.
Hmm. Um, you know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to see if I can get Ruben down here to talk to you. See what his impression is. Have you ever heard the troll question before?
I might have heard it, but I don't remember it. So
Hey, Ruben, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Could you talk to this lady for a second? And help me with figuring out what type she is.
is there like some types you're thinking of, or are you just like
Oh yeah, I've got some types in mind, but the thing is, there's some confusing variables for me.
Hi.
hello?
Okay, I'm not sure what to ask. Let's see. When you're not learning, do you like watch YouTube and stuff? And if so, what kind of media do you check out? YouTube, Netflix, any of that stuff?
Yeah, I do. Um, Depends on how I'm feeling. Like sometimes I might watch like um something more educational, like psychology or like some like new discovery thing. But sometimes I might just watch like just funny clips from like K-pop celebrities or like idols or whatever. And for Netflix, I like watching like animated stuff. So like anime or like animated just movies in general. Um,
Okay. Are there any themes you like in particular?
I like. I think I liked like sci-fi stuff usually, but I've been also liking more like lighthearted things.
And do you find yourself paying attention to what more, like the storyline or maybe the characters themselves, or?
I mean, the storyline is important, but I think I always focus on like the characters. Like what's important, I love, or like the stories that stick with me most are like when the character like goes through like a big change, or like they have to overcome something, or like yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Um, okay, let's say you have to go to a function, like a maybe a family reunion or some sort of work function. There's going to be a bunch of small talk and okay, yeah, I see the face you're making there, and yeah, rubbing shoulders and kind of maybe shallow conversation. How's that going to be for you, and how would you handle that?
I'm not really good at that stuff. I in my school for my organization, I had to like be like I was a president, but it was like I was like really bad at that stuff. So I kind of let other officers take over for that. Cuz I get really I think it's also cuz I get like social anxiety. So I kind of like blank out and I just get really tired. And I'm just kind of like, and I'm more focused on like how the thing is running rather than, yeah.
Oh, like how the function is running,
Well,
or like
if I'm leading it, yeah. But I guess if
sure.
not, then I'm just trying to find like a way to exit, or I, or I like focus on like a couple people that I know and just talk to them.
Okay, I can relate to that big time.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh, interesting.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you, I'll ask a couple of TV questions so you can hear.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the optimal number of steps to break down the task of taking out the garbage into?
Oh, how many steps it would? Okay, let me think. So first, go to the trash can. To the garbage. Okay. Are we taking it to like the curb, or did you say like into the trash can? Like the big.
I mean, you're just taking out the trash.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what else to tell you. You decide what that means.
Okay. Like 6, 5 or 6. 6.
What would they be?
So like you go to your trash can, you open it, or yeah, you get to the trash can, you tie up the plastic thing, take it out, and you walk to like the wherever your big trash can thing is, and you dump it, and then you go back to your house.
Okay, that's 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Um, would you rather have to figure out how to solve a problem you encounter yourself, or delegate it to an expert?
Oh, if I have a problem, am I gonna solve it by myself, or am I gonna ask someone else?
Would you
An expert.
rather, would you rather solve it yourself, or would you rather delegate it to somebody who's already knows how to do that?
I think I would probably try to figure it out by myself first. And it also depends on how like available that expert is. And then if it doesn't work out by myself, then I'll go ask.
Okay. Um, So, do you feel that other people are doing things wrong?
What's I mean, wrong is a very, I feel like wrong is subjective. Like that's not,
Or as you move through the world, you go, "Oh, I can't believe they're doing it that way."
mm, sometimes, but also I feel like everyone, what's it called? Like, I know me. I know I have this whole life. I know I have all my thoughts and my reasons and my, like, all the things I've learned and heard growing up. So I know every person in the world has that for themselves too. So even if for me it looks stupid, even if for me it looks like questionable, like why are they doing this? I feel like for them, the reason they got to that point is because of their path, the path that they were given, and like what they learned and what they took in.
Okay. What did you have for breakfast when you got up today? Anything?
Today,
Yeah.
um, I oh, I had coffee and a banana.
Okay. Was the banana right?
Yeah,
Was it too right?
a little bit.
Did that
Yeah,
gross you out?
a bit. I I had to take some parts out.
Okay. Well, goodness gracious me.
Mm.
I'm not sure what type you are. You're not TE polar, that's for sure. You're not NE polar.
So that would cross out. So if it was TE polar, that would be like ISFJ,
INFJ, ISFJ.
INFJ.
And
Yeah.
ISFJ would be eliminated if you're not TE polar, unless my TE polar test just is broken entirely with you. Because I've tested it multiple times and you're not TE polar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're also not TI polar, you're quite TI robust. You seem like an NI user. I don't know if you're SI polar or not. Your SI is not especially strong, but I don't know if it's polar. I haven't really made a firm determination about that.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I actually I've done like, Amy.
yeah,
Yeah, I've talked to her before. I also talked to, do you know, I saw you do like an interview before. It was like with the coffee, like the two, like it was like the INTJ, like INFP, except you said she might be an ESFP, Calypso. She also, I sent her like a video thing and she like they typed me two different things.
okay.
So each of them had a different opinion on you?
Yeah.
And this must have been a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I guess the coffee
Last
talk.
year?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well, I mean, they're not really a duo anymore. It's just
I see.
the one.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think she's TE polar. The first thing I was interested in looking at was her TE because of her answers before. And then SI, I wanted to hear about SI, her banana answer. I mean, inconclusive.
Right. Can you tell us about the last time you went to the grocery store on an item by item sequence of what you got there? Oh, you probably don't go to the grocery store.
Can anyone do that?
I can do that for sure.
I can't.
Last time I went to a grocery store, I just used the bathroom. Oh no. There was a time I bought something, but it was a different one. I went to Safeway. I went there and the person I was with, like, she needed to get tampons, so she got that, and then I got an energy drink, and then we left. I mean, we bought it and then we left.
Okay. Do you remember what the cashier looked like?
No, I mean, it was a self checkout, but I don't
Oh. Do you remember any
usually
songs that were
remember
playing? Do
cashiers.
you remember any songs that were playing in the supermarket?
No.
Do you remember any like inconsequential thing that happened, such as he reached to get the box of tampons but accidentally dropped it on the floor and then picked it up? Something inconsequential like that?
Oh, no, but I remember this conversation we had. I was like, because I was taking like a Monster energy drink, and then like my friend was like, oh, you know what they say about like, I don't know. Apparently, there's some stereotype about like people drinking Monster drinks, and it's like, well, it's like usually like white people drink it.
Oh, yeah. So you're drinking a white people drink?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's all I remember.
Okay. Well, and do you often drink those?
I started drinking energy drinks like last year, like last school year. I don't drink it that often. It's also like you have to pay like extra for that. I usually prefer like coffee at home.
Okay. Do you have goals?
Gold?
Goals.
Oh,
Goals.
do I
Like,
have goals? Oh, I think I used to make New Year's resolutions. I haven't been doing that as much recently, but I was talking to my sister about this, and for now it's just to like get through. I mean, because it's like a new school, a totally new school, so make sure like I get adjusted to that, pass all my classes, and focus on just like getting through the classes, and also to just like take things like step by step instead of like jumping the gun too much, and like yeah, just be more take things as they come.
I see. Okay. Well,
I don't know. I mean, I wish I had heard some of the other answers.
Is this normal? Like, did I give?
well, it's what I guess where I'm leaning actually is ESTP.
Ah,
That actually makes sense.
Your TI is pretty slamming.
that's a new one.
Your TE is also good. Your FI is better than I'd expect for ESTP. You gave more nuanced FI answers than I'd expect, but that's not a very definitive test. You're clearly NISE axis, not SINE axis, but you're not any polar. You express as a top level absolute value TI though, which would be more consistent with third slot TI, but is not totally inconsistent with tool function TI. So like you're concerned a great deal about hypocrisy and fairness. That's not inconsistent with ESTP. And since we can eliminate INFJ,
And you know, without analyzing anything, as soon as I started talking to her, I kind of felt an INFJ-ish thing. But I just wanted to look at Beta Quadra. So
yeah, I also felt some INFJ vibes going into this conversation as well. But I tested the fuck out of your TE, and your TI would be extremely snappy for an INFJ.
Mm.
Mm,
You nailed all my syllogisms like bam, 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 bam. You nailed the meaningless units question instantly. Like I was still trying to figure out what the answer was when you told me what it
Oh,
was. You know?
I messed up the
Yeah.
relative question.
Well, you did, but I threw in the son-in-law of your grandfather, which everybody gets confused by.
okay. Son-in-law of your grandfather. Okay, that's gonna
Of
be
your maternal grandfather.
still your uncle.
No, it's your dad. I'm the
Okay.
son-in-law of your maternal grandfather.
Okay. Son-in-law of your maternal grandfather means your mother's father.
Yeah.
Son-in-law. That's her husband. I'm fourth plot TI. So
Yeah, that's your mom's husband, which is your dad.
yeah. Oh, my dad. Okay.
So anyway, everybody gets confused by that. I don't put too much weight into that. That's the only one you met. That's the only one you got wrong at all. All the other ones I went through, you were just like bam, 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 instant with the answers, except for the some one which you just verified. Like, well, yeah, some, but your SI it seems a little better than polar.
See that?
But it's hard to tell because when you push hard enough on SI, you get through the natural SI polar resistance, and the people will produce specific examples.
How are you like when you're driving a place? Do you use a GPS or do you remember the directions or what do you do? Yeah.
GPS.
Yeah.
Do you set alarms on your phone?
I do, but I turn it off and go back to well, it depends on how necessary they are for the day.
So I mean, alarms not to get up, but like to remind yourself to do things.
Oh, yes, I used to do that when I needed to.
Do you not anymore?
I mean, right now there's nothing like happening because I'm in like a break right now, so I don't. But during school and stuff, I would set reminders.
Okay. And is it because you can't expect yourself to remember those things?
Yeah, yes. What's it called? The alarms didn't really work as well for me. I put it in my calendar and it showed up as like a notification on top of like my phone, and that helped more.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well,
I just want to say sometimes. So I'm an ENFJ. It's the same quadra as STP. So when I'm answering TI questions, sometimes I can be faster than TI DOMs that I've seen. I don't know about TI tool. I can't remember, but it's not that I'm doing the deliberation. It's that I'm intuiting the correct answer quickly, and I want to impress. So I'll just answer really quickly. And so I'm not deliberating it out really. That's the only thing I would look at.
okay, let me ask you some more syllogisms. If only turtles don't fly and I'm a turtle, do I necessarily not fly?
No.
Correct. Okay, let's do some missing generalization questions. In this case, I'm going to give you the two parts of it, and you tell me the missing generalization. The missing generalization is always going to start with either only, all, or no. So here's an example. You can't come in here. You're not a poet. The missing generalization could be only poets can come in here, or no non-poets can come in here, or all people who can come in here are poets.
Only
Anyway.
poets can come in here. Oh, okay. That's an example.
Yeah, that was an example. Okay, so here's your next one. He must be good at math. He wears glasses.
All people who wear glasses are smart or good at math.
Yeah, correct. How about they can't be from Iceland. They don't like iceberg lettuce.
All people who are from Iceland, like, what's it? Iceberg letters or something?
Iceberg lettuce, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to stick with my typing of you as ESTP.
Are you sure I'm an E?
Well, I know you said that you're quieter than like normally you're a lot quieter than this. I mean, there were lots of reasons why I might intuit personality wise from generalizations about affect that you're not an ESTP. If somebody's using their intuition to type you, they're not going to type you as an ESTP.
What would they type me
But
as?
probably an INFJ,
Mm.
maybe an ISFJ.
Mhm.
What do those two people type you as?
Okay. So the first time I did it was with Calypso, so like the coffee talk person, one
Uh-huh.
of them. And it was just like I sent in like a video thing of like answering questions. She typed me as an INTP.
Okay.
And
Well,
oh, this seems
you
to
don't
be
have.
like it's so interesting. Because people always like think that I'm gonna be in like the SI and E axis because Amy also thought so too. So she was like, I think her first instinct was ISFJ, and then in the second session we were talking more about it, and I told her I don't think I'm TE polar. And then we were talking about because the other options were like ISTJ, INFP, and I told her before before I had the session with her, I was considering ISFP for myself, which, yeah, I don't think I am, but I mean, I was at that point considering it, and she was like, okay, then, and then we decided, or like it was like INFP. That's the conclusion.
No, no way in hell. I tested your expert intuition enough to assure you there is zero chance in a million hells that you're any tool. Okay, zero chance. If you're any tool, I'd say, okay, make up a 2-line poem imitating this poem here. Here's a poem. You're gonna make up an equivalent poem, and I'll tell you a different topic. The poem I'm making up is like this. It's about trees and ponds and frogs. There were a lot of trees that had some ponds, and in beside all the ponds there were some frogs. And nearby them there were a bunch of wands that had been made from nearby rotting logs. Okay, so it was ABAB, and my three things was ponds and frogs and logs. Now I'm gonna give you 3 words: hearts and bows and glitter. Make a 4-line poem with rhyming words at the end.
Wait, what?
Hearts and bows and glitter.
Arts and bows and glitter. I'm rhyming those. Okay. Um, the um the um the store was full of hearts. Um, and other Valentine's Day parts. the um there were people looking for bows and
Okay, you're not any tool. All right, you're not any tool. And there's no way you're any tool. You are an NI SE axis person. And the reason I had trouble figuring out where your SI was is almost certainly because it's in the 5th slot where it's hardest to figure out where it is. In other words, 4 or 5 people can show me good competency in both SI and NI. You have an awareness of how things feel in your body that's greater than I'd ever hear from a polar person, or certainly not an 8th slot person. But at the same time, all of your answers sort of veer away from particularistic experience and towards, NI kind of stuff. So I feel pretty confident that I've got you typed as well as I can have you type, which is to say your TI is too good for third slot. Your NE is too bad for any higher than fourth stack, fourth slot, And it's and you, in my opinion, are an ESTP. Yes, I get it, you're quiet, but you're not an ISTP, that's for sure, because you're not any polar.
What would an unipolar
They wouldn't give me 3 different answers for the invention like you gave me. You gave me 3 distinct answers. The third one, you were like, it's not really that distinct, but it actually was substantially more distinct than I'd ever hear from a polar person. Like I typed ISTP or ISFP, I forget which one it was, but the other day, and I asked them to name my invention, which was frozen dinner with a fork inside of it that was also frozen, but so that the time so that when you defrost it, the fork is just defrosted and you can just eat it directly with the fork. Anyway, and he came up with first frozen food with fork, and then his second name for it was FFWF, which stands for frozen food with fork.
Nice.
That's any polar, okay? That's
okay,
polar.
so if I'm an ESTP, that means I'm an FI polar?
Yeah, that does mean you're FI polar. And I will concede that your answers to my FI questions showed a more nuanced relationship with FI than I would normally expect for FI polar. But I will also say that I'm not very good at testing FI. So I don't know.
I don't trust FI.
Yeah, because I don't use that.
Are you also FI polar?
Yeah, I'm FI polar.
Yeah.
The garbage bin did come today. I'm so glad I put out the trash can.
Nice.
I didn't assume that they were going to take it out just because it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I was right not to assume so. All right, so that's my typing of you. I think that other people are wildly wrong.
Okay. It was fun talking.
So, do you want me to share this with you privately, or are you comfortable with me publishing it?
Yeah, you can just publish it. I'm curious. Right. Yeah, anyways.
All right, cool. I think this is a very interesting typing session because I actually felt like I did a good job this time of being very thorough. It helped to have Ruben there. Made me feel a little bit more confident in my explanations. So, all right, cool. So I will, as soon as it's done processing, I'll upload it and publish it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks a lot for your business. Have a pleasant day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.